literally coming from that place. And sometimes, when we're looking at these kinds of qualities or characteristics to bring into our lives, it's what we want to experience. It's who we want to be. We want to allow this kind of expression to be what we're filled with and that we get to experience in our lives. And all we're talking about here, all I'm talking about in this process that we're in, is being that with one another. Yes, I know. What about all the people who won't? Well, I guess there's a choice by each of us. Do we want to join those who don't and won't, or join those who will and do? Because, again, you've got to remember, you don't have to do anything. It's important to remember that we are, as a collective, creating the world not only as we individually know it, but as we know it as a society, as a conscious collective. And so we have this responsibility, this ability to respond right now to, we spent some time, I hope you've had the time and spent some time to kind of get a better view and sense and feel of what's going on for you. And hopefully you've had the opportunity to share that with people you're close to from a distance, of course, or whatever's applicable in your case. But it's important to be able to stop, look, and listen right now at yourself, with yourself, to yourself. And then bring a renewed revitalization back into our lives. It's an opportunity for, it sounds a little mystical again, rebirth. But it's true, and our actions locally reflect into and have an influence on those who we encounter, circumstances and situations in our community. And as our community reflects its expression, our cities, our states, our countries, our culture, we are the world. What kind of world do you want to experience? What kind of circumstances and situations do you want to create moving forward? For me, I'd really love to see the inward view that much of the technology and who we are and how we are, this focus on this localized connection to ourself and what really matters. I mean, that's good for discovering your truth and establishing your purpose and your being as you bring it forward consciously. It's what we're talking about right now. But it's almost as if we've come to a place in our society and in humanity where we had kind of created really our own little worlds with boundaries on them that kept us from being able to have an interaction between us, that a dynamic that can really benefit each and all rather than each. So part of the conversation with ourselves and with each other is about, what do we want to create together? We're already one. We're already in unity with each other. We're already dancing. Do we want it to be a waltz or a mosh pit? I know that sounds a little bit silly, but you get my point. As we make our way, we can create what we choose to, and it does matter. And think about that for a minute. As you are who you are in your circumstances, your situations, your interactions, your relationships, your workplace, friendships, family, in your community, that reflects back to you. So just as you choose to be, does this come back and create the environment within which you live? Easy for you to say. And so it gives us a chance to reflect. Reflect our love, reflect our light, reflect our spirit, reflect our heart, reflect our soul. reflect our truth, both personal and on a larger scale. Each one of us see life differently, focus on our own faith or our own philosophy or our own way of seeing things. And because of that diversity, if we create the interaction between us in an open and not embracing physically, we have to keep our distance, but energetically having this dynamic, this exchange, we can bring our diversity together to make all the difference. It was interesting watching this unfold as each country's dynamic showed up. For us, obviously, most of us watched this on the news, so it's hard to tell exactly what was what, but each country, because of their culture or the way that they interact with one another or how they see things or how they choose to respond or react to what was going on. And then as they did, the response from the people and how it affected them gives us a chance to look more clearly at this literal dynamic that's embedded in our cultures and in our countries. And if we sort of open the windows more of our expression, open the windows and doors of our reflection of who we are, then each and all of us can see each other's, and there can be this exchange that goes on. As this continued on, there was a exchange between those who were experiencing it and hope that it would benefit each other. Well, if countries can do it, then communities can do it, then we can do it. So it's an opportunity to look differently with clarity that comes not from the facts or the guidelines or the statistics. I'm not saying ignore those at all. They're important to give us a way, a reference. Take the time to stop. Take the time to look within, to listen to your own truth and your own purpose. And think about this. Think about treating every situation and every person, every encounter, every interaction, every relationship, every dynamic you're involved in as if it was your family, as if it was your people. And even though we have inner circles, they are your people. We are the world. Let's look at a new reflection of each other, and let's bring the best of who we are into our lives and into our world in a way that can truly make the difference for all of us. I do appreciate you listening and being a part of this time together. I hope that it's touched you in a way that's made a difference. I'm the pastor at Sarasota Center of Light, a center that is continuing to share online, of course, and in other ways, not publicly yet, but if you're wanting to know about what's going on, services, classes, etc., you can go to our website, sarasotacenteroflight.com. If you're wanting to connect with me directly, you can contact me at REVJIMTOOLE, Rev Jim Toole, at gmail.com. And if there's anything we can do here at Sarasota Center of Light, if there's anything I can do as an individual to support you or answer questions for you, I'm happy to do so. We're in this together, and when we are our best together, the reflection that we're each going to see, be, share, and humanity will be is determined by us. As you make your way, find your truth, be your truth, share your truth in kindness, consideration, compassion, understanding, respect. And let's create a reflection of humanity that each and all of us benefit from for the highest and best. And of course, be well, be safe, and blessings to each and all of you.